Special Olympics Georgia is a nonprofit. We were registered as a nonprofit in our state, in Georgia, in 1970, so we've been around quite a while. We have currently 17,731 registered athletes. Those athletes could be 2 years old and in our Young Athletes program. We also have people in their 80s who are bowlers and golfers and tennis players. We are in 123 counties in Georgia. So our goal is to, of course, incorporate everyone that wants to be involved in the program to join us. It is a movement, and it is a movement that is about sports, training, competition. It's about sportsmanship. It's about independence. And it really is about keeping your body in motion. Long, long ago, an athlete told me, moving is the magic potion. And I thought, that's cute, but it really is true. So we believe that moving is something that we all need to do, young and old. We have varying degrees of skills needed for Special Olympics Georgia. We have 27 sports that we offer. They can be a skills level. They can be for young as 6, all the way up, like I said, into the 80s. Some of the sports that we have, tennis, volleyball, golf, soccer, swimming, it just goes on and on. We have a horse show coming up in October. We have bocce ball coming up in October in Valdosta. We have softball, but not only do we have softball traditional team, we have softball team skills. Special Olympics Georgia was the second state to take on unified sports after Connecticut. Unified sports started by the Connecticut former CEO with Eunice Kennedy Schreiber. And what it is a program, say myself and you guys join a softball team and we join forces with Special Olympics Georgia athletes. So we are teammates, we practice together, we play together, we give high fives together. It's really a unified way for people to get involved and get to know the athletes. I think it was brilliant that our founder, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, made sports the center of our movement because we can all relate. Maybe we used to play sports, maybe we are a sports fan, but as you know, people get to know each other through common interests. And friendships over and over and over are created through these sports participations. We're big believers in stretching. We ask our coaches, who we have thousands and thousands of volunteer coaches, to make sure you are training 8 weeks before one of the 4 state games that we host. So they're big believers in stretching, as are we. We're big believers in walking before and walking and stretching after an event. Some events are singular. Some are teams. We have bowling teams. We also have bowling singles. So we are incorporating as much as we can and providing things for children and adults in our state who have a cognitive delay. Now, to get involved in Special Olympics Georgia from the get-go, there is a health screening. We call it an athlete participation form. It's very basic. You go to your doctor with our pieces of paper and they fill it out. It's heart rate, blood pressure. That physical form or athlete participation form is the kickstart of an athlete's involvement with Special Olympics Georgia. And it lasts for 3 years. We don't charge an athlete. We do not charge a family member. There are groups of volunteers in all of these communities and agencies that raise money to assist athletes. Special Olympics Georgia hosts, and it's from planning to the final evaluation with many, many volunteers, 4 state games. We have a winter games, that's in January. We have things like powerlifting, gymnastics, roller skating at times, floor hockey, tons and tons of basketball. We need thousands of volunteers And we're inviting you to come to one of our state games and volunteer and see for yourself the power of Special Olympics Georgia athletes, but all about the Special Olympics movement, which is embracing movement of people. We have a summer games. That's always in May. It's always at Emory University. It is super cool. You can walk all over the campus. We have a huge, big spread of fun things to do. It's called Olympic Town. And when the athletes are not competing or not taking a meal, they can go to Olympic Town and have fun. They can do Pop-A-Shot. They can do crafts. They can have a photo area. It's a fabulous way for people in the community who don't have an intellectual disability to get to know athletes who have an intellectual disability. And what I am told and what I believe over and over and over, when you get to know our athletes, they're super driven, they're super talented, they're so smart, they're so positive, but you get to know them and they're more similar than they are different. And that is all they want. They want to be respected and they want to have a place to shine for their families, their friends, and themselves. We know that movement and physical activity on different levels of fitness is really good for your mind. It's good for your heart. It's good for your lungs. It's a positive endorphin release. There's nothing negative that I know about it. So we are believers in moving, and we believe that moving is the magic potion. And we're inviting you to come out and see for yourself. Each of the games, we have an athlete dance, and you better believe they have their dancing shoes on. They are dressed up, ready to go. They are jamming out, and they're really socializing and having fun with peers. They meet friends all over the state. They reconnect with them year after year. They reconnect with volunteers. It's really more than that. This movement, this Special Olympics Georgia movement of physical fitness and physical competition is good for self-esteem. And people would say, prove it to us. And so there was a Yale study many years ago, and it did prove that being part of a group and shooting for and achieving goals and being involved in team or singular sports made their self-esteem rise. They were prouder of themselves. They felt more sure of themselves. It came out in their jobs. It came out in their schools. It came out in their adult workshops. We have 27 sports, 24 unified sports that we offer, Special Olympics Georgia, to our state. This is a worldwide movement. There are millions and millions and millions of athletes, not only in North America, but global. Just 2.5 weeks ago, Special Olympics Georgia took athletes to Berlin, Germany, to compete in kayaking, which is one of our sports, and sailing, which is one of our sports. And it was a great experience. There were country after country at the opening ceremonies, which we host and the World Games hosts. It took over 2 hours to get all of the athletes to proceed in a line format, showing off their country that they were representing, proud of themselves, and they're ready to compete. They are fierce competitors. They want to bring home the gold, but what we tell them and what our coaches who are volunteers tell them, just do your personal best. That's all we can ask for. Try hard, try new things. If in a couple of years you feel like you've accomplished a goal on a sports level, try the next level up, or pick another sport and be well-rounded. It's a lot of fun. We cannot thank the 64,000 volunteers in Georgia enough. There are 18 people employed here by Special Olympics Georgia who are full-time. We do have athletes that also come into the office and help do donor thank you calls. We've got somebody coming in. They're going to help us with the business mailing. packing gifts for our many silent auction and special events that we host to support the organization. So we are always athlete focused. It's very important to be a good listener to people who are different, because we're all different, but you have to think about this. In schools, at jobs, on the streets, in workshops, people may look a little different and bullying is still going on. So please be open-minded. Please encourage movement and physical fitness because it's good for all of us. You can do it singularly or you can do it as a small team or large. We work really hard every day to introduce and show the similarities of our Special Olympics athletes to all of you. Because like I said earlier, you will be floored to get to know them and see how much you have in common. So not only do we provide a platform for fitness and movement and sports training and sports competition, we really do provide a platform for them to make friends and get to know other people that have a similar interest as they do. It's a wonderful way for the parents to have a break, and the athletes are independently traveling and they're responsible for themselves. Yes, there's supervision, but they have to be part of the group and be on time and pack what they need and take a shower and get up and at them and be at the event and get to the staging. And so it really gives them a great experience and sense of independence. It's amazing. And like I said a little bit back, it has been shown that being involved with Special Olympics Georgia or Special Olympics anywhere in the world, that those athletes, it has been known and proven for them to go to a job and they excel and they feel more confident. They ask more questions because they feel more assured of themselves. And so they're asking more questions. They don't goof off at work. They come to work on time. They want to be there. They don't call in sick unless they really can't make it in. They're fabulous employees. Keep that in mind because you will not be disappointed. But overall, they're great people. They're joyful. They have an open heart. They have so much drive. It will blow you away. We have a guy in Fort Valley, Georgia. He's a power lifter. He benches 635 pounds. It's crazy great. He's bulked up, he's going, he's the sweetest person, and he really feels self-confident now because he's trained and he's set goals and he's reached those goals and he's exceeded those goals. So it also provides Special Olympics Georgia kind of a step-by-step. So you can teach athletes how to set a goal down the road, and we help them get there. We do not do it for them, not at all, because they are so capable, but we help them provide a way or take a path that will get them to another step. But I encourage you to jump on our website. It's easy to get involved. Our website is specialolympicsga.org. There are names and places all over the place. We can sign you up for a monthly e-newsletter, and we work hand in hand with Special Olympics Inc. or International out of DC. And we provide coaches clinics to coaches and athletes who want to become a coach. That's another step in a route that athletes can take. And we provide 16 coaches clinics that our team puts on around the state. We hope to incorporate pickleball down the road. We know that is hot, hot, hot. So that's something we're looking into doing soon. We just incorporated cheerleading as a competition at the state summer games at Emory University, and it was over the top. People loved it, athletes loved it. So we are always trying to raise our own bar, but we need your help. We need your support. We need your knowledge, because you can tell people about Special Olympics, or you might know somebody and you can refer them, because sometimes it's just intimidating a little bit to get started. We have trained in Georgia probably over 200 athletes to be public speakers. So if you ever need a public speaker that you want to leave inspired and enthusiastic and just in awe of, call me up. We have a lady named Katie. She was born and her mom was told she's never going to walk, she's never going to sit up, never going to talk, never going to run. She is a world-class gymnast. She has spoken in front of 2 presidents of the United States. She's been on stage in out of the country in introducing the worldwide president of the Coca-Cola company. She's so cool. So we know it works, and we're going to keep doing it. But we just want to build our fan base every day outside of us and our typical volunteers. We want people like you to come into the fold and be inspired.